Rohan was an ordinary young man living a life that many would describe as comfortable. He had a stable job, a decent income, and a good family. From the outside, everything seemed fine. But deep down, Rohan felt a growing emptiness. Each day felt like a repetition of the last: wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and repeat. The routine began to weigh on him, and he couldn't shake that feeling that something was missing. One evening, Rohan sat down with his grandfather, an old man full of wisdom and life stories. He expressed his frustration, saying, "I feel like I am just drifting through life. I don't know what my true purpose is. I am stuck in this cycle, and I am not even sure why I am doing what I do. How do I find my passion? How do I figure out what I am meant to do?" His grandfather smiled softly and said, "Let me tell you a story. Once there was a man named Arjun who dreamed of climbing a great mountain that stood beyond his village. Ever since he was a child, he had been fascinated by the mountain, imagining the view from the top and wondering what it would feel like to reach the summit. He wanted to climb it more than anything, but as he grew older, life got in the way. He had responsibilities, work, and other distractions that kept him from pursuing his dream. Years passed, and Arjun's dream of climbing the mountain faded into the background of his life. He became busy like many others and settled into a comfortable routine. But every now and then, he would glance at the mountain and feel a pang of regret. One day, an old traveler came through the village. Arjun, now a middle-aged man, sat down with the traveler and asked him about his adventures. The traveler shared stories of faraway lands and incredible journeys, each one full of excitement and challenge. Arjun listened with envy and finally confessed, "I always wanted to climb that mountain, but I never found the time. Now I am too old." The traveler looked at Arjun thoughtfully and said, "You are never too old to chase your dreams, but you do need to start. That mountain isn't going anywhere. The question is, do you have the courage to take the first step?" Arjun hesitated, but the traveler's word struck a chord within him. He realized that he had spent his entire life waiting for the right time to pursue his dream. But the perfect moment had never come. Determined not to live with regret, Arjun finally decided to make the climb. It wasn't easy, the journey was long, and there were moments when he felt like giving up. But with every step he took, he found strength he didn't know he had. As he neared the summit, he felt a sense of fulfillment that has eluded him with his whole life. It wasn't reaching the top that mattered most. It was the journey itself. Arjun realized that his true purpose had always been to chase that dream, to follow his passion, and to experience the growth and discovery that came with it. Rohan listened carefully, feeling a shift inside himself. His grandfather then said, "You see, finding your purpose isn't always about having the perfect plan from the start. It's about taking the first step towards something that excites you, something that makes you feel alive. Passion isn't always handed to you. It's discovered through actions, through exploration." He continued, "Your purpose is out there, but you won't find it by waiting for it to come to you. You need to start the journey, even if it's small. What excites you? What makes you lose track of time? Follow that, and your purpose will begin to reveal itself." Rohan left the conversation inspired. He didn't have all the answers, but he knew one thing: he needed to take action. He began experimenting with different hobbies and interests, trying new things without worrying about whether they would lead to success. He took up photography, joined a local theatre group, and even started writing in his free time. Little by little, he felt the spark of excitement that had been missing for so long. Eventually, Rohan discovered his true passion for storytelling. He loved sharing experiences and inspiring others through his words. What began as a simple hobby soon grew into something much larger. He started a blog and a podcast, and before he knew it, he was helping people all over the world find their own purpose through the stories he shared. Rohan had found his passion and purpose not by waiting for it to arrive, but by taking the first step towards discovery. The path to finding your passion and purpose is not always clear from the beginning. It requires action, curiosity, and the willingness to explore. You don't need to know the destination when you start. What matters is that you begin the journey. By pursuing what excites you and taking small steps toward discovery, your true purpose will emerge over time. Passion is not something you passively wait for. It is something you create through action and exploration.